Nice. Okay, let me check my connections over here. I believe we are all well connected across platforms. And well, before we reveal our speakers to everyone, hello, our audience across platforms. This is Meng Lai. I'm from Menta. I'm so glad to talk about data in Agent-Centric ecosystems with our speakers from Tagger and Soldiers AI Tech. And first, well, we are going to review, yes, remove our banner over here and invite our speaker to introduce themselves as their project to us. How about let's go to Trevor first? Would you like to introduce yourself to our audience and letting us know about what Tiger is doing, working on, especially in the AI and Web3 space? Thank you.
Yeah, okay, sure. Thank you, Moonlight. It's Trevor, founder of Tagger. So Tagger is a decentralized AI data solution platform for data labeling, collection, management, and trading. So simply put, we can see that we lack a lot of specialized data sets in the market right now for agent training. So data sets for agents that specialize in healthcare, autonomous driving systems, agriculture, and etc. So we provide data for these companies to use to train their models. And in that case, we pre-train our AI models to form an AI copilot tool so that anyone can come onto our platform and label any specialized data sets with ease, like with simple mouse interactions, without actually having the professional knowledge that you would usually require a doctor to know for example, medical data labeling. So anyone can come onto our platform with the aid of our AI tools to complete all the data tasks, and you get instant rewards. So Tagger TGE'd round about 2 weeks ago. So currently, you can just come onto the platform, label, and receive rewards instantly. So yeah, which can be sold as well.
Wow, congratulations. Yeah, TG is certainly a very, very important milestone for our Tagger team. And so glad to know that even though post TG still take care of the community member side, people could go to your site and then tag and label and then still get rewards. That is just awesome. So everyone be sure to give Tagger and Trevor a follow on X. Also go to Trevor, maybe later you can share the website and also more detailed process with us, right? Instruction with us through sharing your screen so that our audience, they could watch it and they could know clear direction. Thank you so much for letting us know about that. And next, we would like to invite our speaker from Soldiers AI Tech. Niraj, would you like to introduce yourself and your project to us? Thank you.
Thank you for the intro, Moonlight. So first of all, thanks for this opportunity. Nice to meet you again, Trevor. So Solidus AI Tech, this project began in 2017. We have three key business offerings, which is aimed at democratizing the AI landscape. We have an 8,000 square feet data center in Bucharest in Romania, going live by mid to end of Feb. And on top of which, we have a GPU marketplace, which is meant as a platform for users to get access to our compute power from our data center, as well as from the those of our global partners from the rest of the world. And lastly, we have an AI marketplace, which comes on top of the GPU marketplace. This is powered by the compute resources available on the GPU marketplace. This is a platform for the demand for AI to meet the supply. So we envision to empower the gig economy by having indigenous AI developers bringing on their knowledge, know-how, and skills onto the platform, creating agents, AI solutions, and software suites that have real-world applications, and ensuring that they have the demand for it by connecting them to the right people.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the introduction. So glad to have you over here as well. Well, let me see. Right now, we already got a lot of live audience on our Binance Live. I see over 13,000 live already because we have been pushing this AMA session across different platforms and different communities, right? Inviting them to come here and join both Tagger and Soldiers AI Tech to learn about AI in the Web3 space. Let's jump into our very first discussion topic, as we know assistant become more data hungry, right? And we have a lot of data that we could feed to the AI. So how can we ensure that the individuals or entities generating the data retain control over it, especially when using decentralized AI platforms? What role can blockchain play in creating a fair data economy? We would like to bring the question to our speakers. And well, how about let's invite Trevor to answer this question first. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So I think the central, like, I know agents and AI has been like very on the trend right now in the crypto space, right? But we see some of the problems that arise is that agents are like they don't distinguish from each other enough. So for example, an agent that specializes in medicine doesn't specialize in medicine enough and doesn't distinguish itself enough from, for example, an agent who specializes in law.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being is because the model behind itself, largely while being vertical, but they're still based on LLM, so large horizontal language models. In that case, the reason behind that is because we don't have enough specialized data sets to support all of these specializations. So in that case, like we have 99, I think of a bit over 99.6% of all of the information and all of the data currently on the Web2 space have already all been scraped for like large language model training. So all of the data from forums, from the websites and newspapers and all of these articles. So coming from that perspective, we need more specialized data. But however, currently in the real, like, for example, Web2 space industry, like entities in Web2, for example, Tesla, or for example, if you see for autopilot driving systems, then we have Build Your Dreams as Tesla's competitor. What they do is they spend millions and millions of dollars every single year. I visited their company. So they spend millions and millions of dollars every year just to safeguard their data against other people.
Wow.
So when they label their data, people can't bring their phones into the office. And when they actually, like, for example, fit their data or like fine tune their data, they can't bring their phones, and they have like extremely high security measures, and that takes millions and millions of dollars. The reason being, for example, if another car company wanted to steal that data, then they could. I know it's illegal, like it's legal in the Web2 space, obviously, but it doesn't really prevent people from illegally stealing, because you know how like data actually spreads all over Web2. You can find your name everywhere on the ads.
Right.
That's the same idea behind how they protect data. So when we put it on the blockchain, we ensure a permissionless protocol where all of the data can be authenticated and authorized. So if I don't authorize you to use my data, then you actually can't see it, and you can't hack me as well. And also, the only wallets that holds the right to access the data can visit it, so that some of the management or some of the management layers can't actually access the data. So it's prone to some level, to a degree, bribery, which sometimes happen in Web2 as well. So that's why they spend millions and millions of dollars over there just to safeguard it. But I think that's with regard to security and safety measures for blockchain. But I think another thing that we want to push out in Tagger is D Corp, so decentralized corporation. We want a scalable workforce where we can produce more and more data and like scalable data. So currently, Scale AI, being like the largest data labeling company in Web2 right now, they have around 900 to 1,000 employees. But once a company grows larger than that, the operational and managerial costs, it rises exponentially. So what that means for a decentralized corporation, imagine Bitcoin. We have tens of thousands of miners every single hour on the Bitcoin network. But the same would apply for a decentralized corporation where we can scale the number of workers without additional managerial costs. Because, for example, you don't have a 50,000 worker base centralized workforce in Web2, right? Because that would take so much managerial costs on the edge side. But in Web3, where we use the blockchain community framework to manage that scalable workforce, for example, if you have peer review processes by AI, you can very easily manage and review and oversee all of the data outputs from the data label. So in that case, we use a decentralized model to have a lot of people label the data, so producing more and more data for these AI to train, so to cover up that scarcity in data training.
Wow, thank you so much for letting us know about that. I know data is important right? Yeah, to either safeguard the data or to try to buy data from other side, right? I heard Reddit, they start to get profit because they
Yeah.
sell the user data to different AI companies for them to train, right? But these also bring another issue, right? How can the user layer, yeah, the comments, the information that they share online be kind of like merchandise, right? Become merchandise and then to be sold by the platform. It's also, yeah, another topic that maybe later we can cover that. But of course, I would like to bring this same question to our speaker over here from Solidus AI Tech. Niraj, would you like to share your views regarding AI and decentralized AI platform and data? Thank you.
See, the I agree with what Trevor said in the sense that the need for specialized data is at hand. So the main reason for this, I believe, is the whole evolution of generative AI that came in recently. So earlier, AI and traditional machine learning, all these solutions were mainly used by enterprises and by large scale companies, all right, who wanted insights or who wanted to predict trends in the market. But now with the advent of Gen AI and deep learning solutions in the market, it's coming. Retail customers are becoming direct users of AI models. So different people have different requirements. Different ways how they want to use these AI solutions, and to cater to their needs, the kind of data that's required is diverse. And more importantly, there's a general saying in the space of data and AI: garbage in, garbage out. The most important thing that we
Yeah.
need is high quality data on which a model can be trained. It's just like a human being. You learn from the wrong thing, you give, you will say the wrong things someplace else. So I believe this one advent is what's leading to the high demand for specialized data, and especially companies like Tagger coming along providing tagged image data. This makes training AI models for your own specific use cases and purposes very simple.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your opinion with us. Let's go to another discussion topic over here because, well, today we wanted to let our audience to know more about AI or especially data economy. And with AI model now making autonomous decisions, right? We have seen a lot of AI agents over there and sharing their opinions. So how can blockchain-based smart contract be leveraged to ensure ethical considerations are well, especially encoded into the decisions? Is there any way to enforce accountability when AI goes wrong on decentralized platforms? Because, well, we can just, yeah, 100% sure that whatever AI shared is 100% correct, right? So how can we yeah, solve this issue when they go wrong? Thank you.
Yeah. So I think in Web 2, with regard to that, we have RLHF, so reinforced learning from human feedback. So that's when AI produces somewhat hallucinations. So more like put into normal term would be like misinformation. So if you ask 1+1, it says 3. Obviously, that's misinformation. So when it say that, then obviously when ChatGPT gives you 2 prompts, you select the better one. And also, in OpenAI and a lot of model companies, they hire people to do that ILHF. So they identify the hallucinations, and also they interact with the AI to teach the AI what is correct and what is wrong. So in that process, we have humans that oversight, that oversees that process. That's how they do it in Web 2. But in Web 3, we can also have a ILHF flow. So much like how Tagger builds it, we have a peer review and AI-assisted peer review process for seeing where the data has been labeled accurately. And in the future, when our active learning process, so that means when our AI detection on computer vision scans, the accuracy grows and grows, we form a model. And then we will have peer review and oversight teams from the decentralized community framework to actually do that RL in a scalable workforce where anyone can just come in with simple mouse clicks and just earn, and without additional managerial costs, and they earn the full value of what they produce. That's how you do it, I think, from my view, in Web3. But in the future, regarding smart contracts, like what you said before, I think we can potentially include something like RLAIF. So reinforcement learning from AI feedback. So we see how right now 99.6% of the data has been scraped from what we produced in Web 2. So what we humans left behind in Web 2. So now we need AI to produce data and train them over and over again themselves to mitigate the hallucination and mitigate the problem of overfitting or underfitting. So smart contract in that process, I think, like when Virtuals, like the Virtuals platform, which was like trending right now, when they released their concept of agent society, so when one agent learned from another and they form like a society, so that's more like, the Stanford Smallville idea, where you have a ton of agents, some specialize in medicine, some specialize in law, some are, some, like everyone have their own profession, some are teachers. They live in the same town, learn from each other, they learn human interactions, and then they go through adaptive behavior models. But in that process of learning from each other, they can output AI data. So when they do that, it's executable from a smart contract perspective. So if we have, for example, a data detector, so a data reviewer agent that basically an AI that assesses whether the output is correct or not. So an AI can actually do that. So in the most frontier AI right now in Web 2, AI can do that. So we have an AI agent assessing whether the output is right or not via a smart contract, and then which allows these agents to communicate in a very efficient and trainable manner and a scalable manner between each other. And you leverage it using smart contracts to, like, for example, reward the agents with, like, better output. And, for example, penalize some agents that always say 1 + 1 = 3. Yeah.
All right. Oh my goodness. Yes, I remember. I saw a lot of examples on X, right? That people posting, yeah, simple math questions, especially when counting strawberries. And it used to be like ChatGPT always be wrong, but of course they correct it, right? They make progress. And thank you so much for sharing your observation with us. And we would like to bring the same question to Niraj as well. And I wanted to let everyone know that I saw our MA session being featured on the front page of Binance Live. That is awesome. And we're getting close to 14,000 live views. Everyone be sure to bring more people to join us, because today's AI and Web3 discussion is super amazing. I've been learning a lot. Thank you. And now my phone to Niraj. Thank you. Oh, sorry, I cannot hear you. Are you on mute?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was on mute.
Okay.
Yeah. So, adding to what Trevor just said, see, there are already a lot of projects at the forefront of ensuring data quality and, validating data that's passed on to, AI solutions to ensure that the quality of the service is good. Now, I believe that the next stage is, taking this one step forward, and just like what Trevor said, having agents on chain that actually, it'll obviously start off with a part human, part agent method, where, output from AI models is given to peer reviews, and then half of it is given to AI. And then based on the peer reviews, the AI learns, and going by that method, I believe that we fully transition into AI agent-based blockchain networks that collect the responses of AI models or AI agents, and then correct it if there are issues, or like maybe retrain the model or give reinforcement learning feedback to AI agents to help them improve their performance.
Got it. That's really nice, right? Yeah, so can definitely help the agent to improve performance. And of course, we wanted to know that both AI and Web3 or blockchain technology, right, when those two parts really evolve so fast, but scalability remains a processing issue, right? We always want to bring more people to the Web3 space. What are the latest advancements or innovative solutions in addressing scalability and AI-enabled blockchain systems? First of all, I'm also going to invite Trevor to answer this question. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I think I lagged out just a bit. I didn't hear the second part.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, uh, do we have any solutions for bringing like mass adoption, right, or to solve the scalability issue in AI-enabled blockchain system? Thank you.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. So I think AI, like scalability of AI, we can see from different aspects. So we have data, model, training, and inference, right? So from the data side, obviously I've been repeating it. So like you scale like the amount of data basically by scaling the amount of data labels and the amount of knowledgeable data labels by a decentralized community framework that we have. Currently on the Tagger network, there are as of today, there are already over 300,000 registered wallets that have completed data labeling on the network. So we can see that this model, we attracted a lot of data labels to come, accumulating as of today over 23 million data pieces on the decentralized network. So in terms of data, I think it's just a arms race for numbers. But on the training side, actually, blockchain, we see some distributed computing networks, as we have seen over the last few years. But I think one of the major challenges here is that blockchain infrastructure simply hasn't been efficient enough to support that. Currently, we have 5G networks all over the world. But for example, if we have a distributed training network here, and then, for example, if I'm in Australia right now, then I want to train something together with someone, for example, next to me in New Zealand, for example, then we're very far away. And it takes a very long time for us to communicate in the network for our training outputs. And the Wi-Fi, the 5G network simply doesn't support that speed right now. No matter how distributed or no matter how safe, no matter how secure we put it on blockchain, the speed of distributed training simply doesn't support what it does. However, in the future, when we reach 6G, 7G, or like Wi-Fi infrastructure has increased, and also blockchain scalability and blockchain speed, network speed increases, then I think we'll see distributed training at scale, at a large scale. So that's when I, from Australia, can train with someone supplying computing power from New Zealand, right, in the future. But I think that's adoptable for inference, because edge computing is something I'm very looking forward to. Like how edge computing solves basically the last kilometer in the inference process. So because the reason being, your phone, your smartwatches, and like your computer can actually has enough compute to support inference, but not training. So when you connect these computers to intermediary devices that can be placed, for example, every 1 kilometer from each other, like the hardware. Like so, currently in terms of Wi-Fi, we see Helium network, right? But in terms of edge network, we want a DeepIn. We want a DeepIn project to evolve. They put a lot of hardware 1 kilometer next to each other, and then every single smartwatch, phone, and computer within that 1 kilometer can connect to that hardware, and that hardware will act as if you understand it, like if you interpret in a simple term, would be CDN, or a intermediary device that connects in a very simple way. So it makes the network very, very fast. So edge network is actually doable in the current 5G environment, yes, rather than training. So it makes blockchain, the distributed edge computing blockchain, makes inference very scalable, I think.
Got it. And Trevor, it seems like we have two different question lists, the discussion topic list that we had. So which one are we going to follow? Because I received another set a few days ago, and I think yesterday. And then we have a whole new set, but it's already halfway through the session. So how about let me start to go to a new list and from the very beginning, and then we can go over that, of course. So but we probably have 30 minutes to cover the other question list, since we literally just received it right now. Okay. Apologies that we have some probably like communication issues, but that's okay. Yeah. So now we are going to ask questions from our new list, right? We wanted to talk about. Yeah, we want to talk about Asian ecosystem.
Sorry, I think I lagged out a bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, well,
Yeah.
so
So
yes.
I think we can start from question 3 on the new list.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. So, Asian ecosystem list is something that we also wanted to talk about, right? As we continue to evolve, how do we see the most significant opportunities for improvement or advancement in the Asian ecosystem? Thank you.
Yeah. So like in terms of Asian ecosystems, we've seen recently like virtual like AI 16Z and a lot of these platforms where we have agent frameworks coming out for people to deploy like agents very, very easily with like a few clicks of a mouse. Like some of them even doesn't allow like even doesn't require you to have AI knowledge. So in that case, obviously that's the trend and momentum here in the crypto space and also in Web 2 as well, where we see we've already reached pretty much the peak of application in large language models. Now we need vertical models for specialized usage. However, we need the agents to be more distinguishable from each other, and they need better data and more data, especially. And on the like, I've covered a lot of data. So like, I think on the training side, then we might need some autonomous loops. So for example, if you have something like virtuals, right? They want an agent society out there. So then you want one agent and another, they're communicating with each other and they follow autonomous loops that are secured in a smart contract. So in that way, we don't need too much human oversight and too much overfitting or unfitting. They can detect themselves. So I think that could be a possible improvement or advancement. But I think one of the major problems in like blockchain AI agent ecosystem is that we lack consumers. Because you know how a lot of these agent deployment platforms, they were saying, okay, you know, for example, in 3 to 5 years, we'll see a lot of agents in application, and all of these revenue will be split out to the token holders. However, the revenue model in the blockchain space has largely been like Nasdaq. So people come in with $10, wanting to earn $20 to $30 to $1,000. So they come in with speculation and investment expectations. Who are there? Like who want to actually use the agents coming out of the blockchain ecosystem? That's a problem we want to solve, and we haven't been able to solve over the past 10 years. So like since Bitcoin came out, right? Since Ethereum came out. So we need to first solve that problem. So we need to solve mass adoption and whatever comes in between. So in that case, we need new revenue models, potential revenue models for advancement to push the agent industry within like the agent sector within the blockchain industry forward. I think not only applications, we can't be overly reliant on applications, but rather two enterprise, two business models as well.
Got it. Thank
But
you.
like, you know, but we haven't really been able to see that in the market right now. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much for letting us know about that. Yeah. Well, agent ecosystem is certainly really important. And we would like to ask Raj to share your views on this topic as well.
Yeah, so my thoughts on this is that the main potential for AI and Web3 together in the Asian market is the potential to basically involve the general masses in the whole data collection and model creation process. So it's moving from a low code to a no code the environment these days. So people don't even need to know how to code to create their own agents. You can have your own agent that you believe solves a specific problem or serves a specific purpose, and you can put it out there. And I believe that the next thing that's going to happen is an AI labor force where you train your model on something, and a collection of different agents with complementary skills. They can they form a labor group. So I believe that's the main potential for AI and Web3 put together in the Asian market.
Got it. Yes, when AI and Web3 put together, I believe there will be a lot of potentials. And of course, well, let's talk about revenue because regarding revenue models in the agent space, which ones do you find most compelling? And do you have any ideas for entirely new monetization approaches that could drive in this AI and blockchain industry? Thank you. I would like to bring this question to Trevor. Oh, Trevor, are you on mute?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, we're
Yes,
on
sorry.
question number 4 in the new set.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yes.
Regarding revenue models.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. So in that regard, I was previously mentioning the revenue models. So I wanted to see something more around two enterprise or two business models. But in that case, once we have too many agents out there, then I think there would be more agents than there are consumers for agents. So then that business model, then that revenue model kind of breaks out of it. So the token holders or the people that actually have the share in the agents don't receive enough rewards for it. But just to business, I see some potential for that in RLHF, like I've mentioned a bit earlier. So when it pretend, for example, imagine if we train an agent specifically to identify whether data is usable or not. So whether data is good data or bad data. So once we have that agent right there, that agent can supervise the outputs from all the other AIs or agents within the society or within the ecosystem. And that forms a part of RLAIF. So if the food, basically, data is like food to AI. So in that case, the food that humans left behind in Web 2 in the past have been like eaten up, has already been consumed. So now we need the AI to produce the food for themselves. We need AI to be the chef. So we need that self-evolving autonomous loop process in here. So if we train an agent within, for example, virtuals, like AI 16Z, or Tagger can also do this as well. And like personally, I would really want to see Tagger having AI, like Tagger having RL AIF developments in the future. So actually in the near future as well. So in that case, we have an AI that detects good output and bad output. And then how the AI in the agents in the ecosystem talks a lot with each other. They talk, thousands of scripts every day. So then we have that data agent to pick them out, to pick the good data out, and then we can sell it to businesses. Because data right now is like scarce and it's extremely valuable because data has already been consumed. It's extremely, extremely valuable. So when an agent ecosystem system is able to run an autonomous loop on IF to sell that data out to businesses out there, then I think that model, so the agent society model in the current Web3 space will not be overly reliant on consumers, which we have consumers, but not overly amount, like not more consumers than Web2. So if the business model now relies more on data outputs, then it will be less reliant on applications, but rather to enterprise. So then I think that whole supply chain will make more sense.
Wow.
In that case.
That is really interesting. And yeah, we hope that to see it happen pretty soon. And how about our guest speaker from Niraj from our Solidus AI Tech? Would you like to also share your views in terms of revenue models in the Asian space? Thank you.
Right. See, so the revenue models. So before we get to the revenue models, I think I should first talk about how I envision the labor force, as in the AI labor force, coming into play. All right. So I believe there will be two main classes. One is high volume in terms of usage and low cost. All right, low pricing, and the second one is basically low requirement or low demand but highly priced. So, for example, say data aggregation or data cleansing or data validation agents. These could be run by a lot of compute power owners or a lot of people out there. All right. So people who own these kind of models, the best thing would be the existing models, like, what majority of the folks are doing, where based on the compute power used or based on the times, some agent is used, they get revenue accordingly. And the other place would be highly specialized bots that are, hyper specialized to domains or functions, and these would be over here, basically more than for the bots, you're basically paying the knowledge or the data that is used to train the bots. All right. So, think of, the high specialty medicine. All right. So in all these areas, these are not data points or, functions that can be carried out by any layman agents. They need specific training. They need, very specialized data that's hard to get. So they would be, low in demand, but they would be very pricey. So these are the two revenue models that I see.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Raj, for letting us know about that. And the next question, well, I believe this is actually something really important because a lot of people, a lot of human beings are thinking that AI agents are going to kind of like, well, outnumber human creators, right? Pretty soon, actually, right now, we already see thousands of AI agents. They not just create exposed, like, wow, they are like everywhere, and they create video content. The other day I even saw at least 10 AI agents. They were able to talk on X Spaces. So do you agree with the viewpoint that actually there is a very fast, rapid wave of adoption when Asian is going to outnumber human creators pretty soon? And what factors do you think will be very important in enabling these mass adoptions? Thank you. And of course, we are going to bring.
Yeah, I think this was yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you. I think like we both, Niraj and I, covered this a little bit on our talk on the revenue model. However, personally, I only agreed to that prediction to an extent, basically. So a lot of people say next year, or even a lot of like experts say, for example, this year in 2025, we'll see more Asian creators than human creators out there. However, if you look on Instagram or like TikTok, right? Like I'm still on, actually not TikTok right now, but I still scroll through Instagram. So, and then I see in the comment section people commenting, obviously this is not generated by AI.
Oh.
Why is that? Because we see jokes, we see creations, and we see those human intelligence that are much, much different to what AI produces. However, I still like the idea of Luna virtuals. So like Luna, which was running the Twitter account for Story Protocol out there.
Mhm.
However, we still need those type of agents to make some more advancements. Like for example, in the future, if we have more agent creators than human consumers, then I think that would be a very unhealthy market. Because currently, just from human creators themselves, not every KOL or not every human creator can become famous. So we already have enough creators for consumers. Why would we need, a rapid wave of like infinite amount of agent creation? I think, we need a balance between that. Humans have their human insight and human intelligence right there. However, I think in the future, what they mean by agent creation actually takes a different form. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, for example, me, Trevor, right? If I made an agent of myself, I could speak right here. It doesn't have to take this form. So for example, I was looking in Melbourne. So I'm based in Melbourne. So I was looking into the real estate agencies in Melbourne. So what they do in Melbourne here is that you have a piece of land. You know how when you have a normal house, you can mark it out. So they take images, videos, and all of like schools and infrastructures all around the house to attract you to buy the house. However, there aren't enough marketing around the land. So like empty piece of land where you can build house on it. There's no marketing to sell it. They just have people come and see the land. However, I see huge potential here. For example, in the future, we can have AI agents creating, building architectures, building houses, building 3D models automatically on the land for people to see. like video generation, like Sora, if it manages to stay consistent, for example, using some diffusion, like any form of way, to have agents creating marketing material for land, creating marketing material for advertisements. Doesn't necessarily have to be a human. They can be a video producer, basically doing the architectural design, rendering it out, doing interpolations on the road or traffic nearby the house, or even if you can, they can take a lot of form. They're basically creators, but it doesn't have to be me as a person, as an agent, standing here talking to you. That's not the only form of creation out there. Could take a lot of different forms. And we want more logical AI. So AIs that can mimic human intelligence. So currently O3 has a relatively high, GPT-O3 has a relatively high ARC AGI score. But personally, in computer science, there's a problem called NP, right, in polynomial time. So problems like jigsaw puzzles, like Mario, like, for example, Sudoku. So these problems are still poses difficulty to the AIs, but rather they are very easy to humans. That's the difference. But once the AI starts tackling a lot of these very difficult NP problems, then we might see, some very dumb or very funny dumb AIs on social media posting like human intelligence jokes. Yeah. So we want more of that. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I believe this year is going to be very unique because I really could see that there will be more and more agents across social media. We're going to see that. Looking forward to how it might be, right? How huge impact it's going to be, to human creators. And of course, we would like to bring the same question to Niraj. Would you like to share your views in terms of AI agents versus human creators? Thank you.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. See, so the level to which AI agents would surpass or would replace human labor depends on humanity's tolerance for error. So for tasks where where there's high tolerance for or where there's a high margin of error that's allowed, agents take over the there's not much to lose. But say if it's something that's very sensitive, all right, maybe like defense or healthcare, where even a small margin error means life or death. Yeah, obviously, there are quite a lot of segments where AI cannot easily take over human roles or human jobs, where human decision or more importantly, the question of ethics, roles where these pop up. Over there, I don't think AI agents will take over anytime soon.
Got it. Hopefully not, because I'm a human creator. And I feel super, exciting, but also scared when I saw a bunch of voice AI agents that have the voice of Donald Trump, the voice of a lot of famous figures right over there and chatting, because another industry is the scamming industry. They're going to use that AI voice, AI video, and to scam more people's assets, right? So that's something that we are going to see more and more common in this year as well. And of course, let's go to a very last discussion topic as we are toward the end of today's space event. And we want to talk about the future. What's your envision for the entire agent development life cycle? Because it covers a lot, right? From data collecting, modeling, training, interface, and if you could share with us your envision for the years to come, or maybe just this year, that would be awesome. We're going to bring this question first to Trevor. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So I think AI, you can separate it into data, model, training, and inference, right? Just the 4 layers. So in terms of data, obviously we at Tagger envision the future of data in AI. So we want more and more people with scalable workforce to label data, and also we secure the data on blockchain. So essentially preventing data fill-ups, so preventing, for example, build your dream, spending millions and millions of dollars to safeguard the data and not sharing it with anyone else because they fear other people stealing it. In the future, we want a collaborative data environment where Build Your Dream can essentially
Oh, sorry, Trevor. It seems like we lost you for 5 seconds. I heard that we wanted to have more, and it's glitchy.
share the data.
Niraj, can you hear Trevor?
It's broken.
Yeah, Trevor, sorry, it's glitchy. Let me
Hello. Well, that proves kind of, what our steps ahead for Wi-Fi networks as well for training. Yeah, that's just a direct proof for the future of Wi-Fi. Okay, but back to the data topic, we want something called federated learning. So where Build Your Dream can share with other people, while other people can use the data but not see them. And also they are protected, authorized, and authenticated on a permissionless system. So anyone that uses Build Your Dream data will actually pay them. And in that case, we have data that are open, relatively open source, can be used but not seen, monetizable and loyal. That's what blockchain brings to the future of data. But in terms of training, right, we probably want some more, I think an autonomous training loops. So like I previously was talking about, where agents, they communicate with each other, secured by smart contracts, and autonomously have that active learning approach with adaptive behaviors from each other. But I think something more exciting that I want to look forward to, for example, within 5 to 10 years, would be neuromorphic computing. So currently, basically, the complexity of the human brain is very, very large. Obviously, we can't calculate, 1 trillion and 2,350,000,000 plus whatever other large number very instantly, but a computer can. But that's a very, very easy problem. That to a computer is like 1 + 1. However, if you look at Sudoku, or if you look at some very difficult end problem, then humans can solve it easily, but computer can't. We understand social interactions. We have much, much, much higher intelligence than an AI right now in that regard. So currently, all of the computing power, so including all of the GPUs from NVIDIA, AMD, so all of the computing power in the world can only power 4 human brains. So if you mimic the human brain into an AI, then only all of the computing supply in the world can only power 4 human brains. But in the future, if we build models based on neuromorphic, so neuromorphic means an AI model or a neural network that largely mimics how our brain works. It also, I see some research from Tsinghua University as well on using brain cells to actually power and also put it into models. Very frontier, but in the future, 5 to 10 years time, if we see one of the neuromorphic models coming out, then that's insane. That's basically a silicon version of a human. But obviously it's a bit scary, but
wow.
I think means to limit that. Yeah, so I really look forward to neuromorphic computing, but also from the inference side, we have edge inference networks. Like I previously mentioned, we have hardwares separated by kilometers, and then all of the phones, smartwatches, computer, all devices that are free can connect to these hardwares. They connect into a network for inference. So basically, when you don't use your phone, other people will use your phone for inference and you earn money. And that will be a very efficient output from the blockchain network. Yeah, so that's how I envision data model training and inference.
Thank you so much, Trevor. And just a quick question. What is your educational background? Because you are obviously knowledgeable and our audience are very curious about that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm not really knowledgeable. I just read a lot of papers every day and very interested. So I'm from Melbourne University, and then but back in high school I was in Olympiad informatics for Australia. Yeah, so I was national champion of some like Olympiad informatics competition. So yeah, I was interested in programming back then. But then when I went out of university, I saw crypto very instantly. But I came here initially when I came into the crypto industry, AI was a lot of things. But then I thought, how do we, curate a long-term outcome in blockchain? Then obviously that would need to, we need to focus on tech. We need to focus on more long-term revenue models. So then I went into AI, read a lot of papers, and picked up from where I left off in Olympiad informatics. Yeah, then we're here at Tag.
Respect. Thank you so much, River, for sharing a lot of knowledgeable insight with us today. And we are going to bring the same question to our speaker from Solidus AI Tech. Niraj, would you like to also share your prediction in terms of AI and blockchain in the coming years, or maybe just this year, because they evolve so fast? Thank you.
Yeah, I believe that as time progresses, the human involvement in the whole, AI Web3 ecosystem will go down. With think of it like a proper circulatory system where data is generated, validated, and used to train and models, and the only part that humans play is inferencing. Now, how do humans do come into play is through ownership of the data, or ownership of the compute power that's used to power the AI models. That would be a new source of revenue for for the human players in the ecosystem. And like Trevor said, on a day-to-day basis, the technology is evolving. You have till about 2 years back, you didn't have AI specialized hardware. Now you have AI specialized hardware. Quantum computing is coming into place. And as time progresses, as models become smaller and more efficient, I believe things will move to the edge ecosystem. And that's as far as I can see. I cannot predict any further.
Quantum computing, this is definitely something, very interesting. People are kind of like have a lot of mix of thoughts of it, right? But it's very, very exciting to see technology advancement. And well, I always tell my younger siblings saying that their generation and mine are totally different because they're like the AI era, right? They born, well, pretty soon, right? There is AI tech everywhere, and they're going to see the world different from us. So this is, well, feeling very exciting, but also anxious at the same time because I might get replaced tomorrow by a Moonlight AI agent over here interviewing a bunch of people, and she can conduct 1,000 interviews at the same time. So, but anyways,
No, I think it's like this for like. Yeah, no AI will be able to mimic a human as smart as me. Like,
well, hopefully, yeah. Well, we're so glad to have both of you over here to discuss regarding AI and blockchain and the progress, right? From going from the revenue model and all the way to the future of AI tech. And once again, friends, be sure to give our speakers a follow on X so you really can continue to receive more information. I have to be very honest, I've seen a lot of Web3 projects. They wanted to, sugarcoat their project, the AI, right, out there, over there, right, saying that, oh, we are AI project, but much of them are not really decent. And these two project friends, Tagger and our Sawdust AI Tech, right, over here, they are very, very amazing, right? From their founder and Ted Lee's speech, right, we could understand they are truly AI projects over here. So friends, they are gems. Waiting for everyone to discover. Be sure to give them a follow on X, and later I will share the screenshot of our Bunny front page to all of you in our group chat. Once again, thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to have you both come back to our Bunny Life again. Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Feel free to leave our backstage and continue your day. I know both of you are super busy. Let's go. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Moonlight. Thank you.
Bye. Okie dokie, everyone. We are wrapping up this session, and the replays will be available super soon on our Bunny Life as well as Twitter video. Yes, we have Twitter video over there streaming all the time. And let me check over here. Yeah, because I am going to play some ending music for our audience to listen. Let me see, moving some stuff away.